Yeah, this is
Yes,
Bob
yeah,
Bob McIlvaine talking to Matt here, and we can kind of go backwards, but we would for $4,000 we'd be willing to give you a package that would include our utility tracking system, our utility people, but also a couple of additional items, including this spreadsheet of the cement plants with the list as to which cement plants have already gone ahead and put in SNCR or SCR or planning to, and it shows, the date that they're going in if they're planning to or if it's already in there, and it just gives it to you by state and so forth here. So, and you can calculate the urea usage based on, in this particular case, only an average, consumption of urea per ton of cement, but we do have the tons of cement for each plant. So that would be the one database, and then Matt and I talked about the tracking system here, so we'll go to that next. And Matt, anything I forget, please interrupt me here. But uh,
yeah. I'll chime in then, Bob.
okay, and then so this would be, I think the tracking system is going to be particularly powerful for you here, and so the tracking system has a lot of features. First of all, it covers every country of the world except China. But one of the most powerful uh, things is that you can actually go in, buy a plant, and you can go in, buy Baldwin or any other plant here, and it would tell you whether they're using SCR or SNCR, and it would tell you whether, and we actually showed some things where they actually were using, where SNCR was listed and urea was listed. This particular one is using. This one is actually doesn't say which one is using. It's buying the ammonia from Koch, but doesn't tell you. But in any case, many of these, several hundred of these, will have either SNCR or urea listed, and we can provide that, and we can provide a separate spreadsheet for you with those plants that have those. But in any case, you can figure the ammonia consumption based on the a million pounds of a million BTUs per hour of input and the emissions. Uh, in many of these cases, we can also tell you what the emissions were before they put in the SCR and the emissions afterwards. But normally, whether it's 90% here, then you multiply 10 times and you get 0.7 pounds per million BTU as the before. So you can calculate the difference of 0.63 pounds per million BTU uh, times the 38 or 47 million BTUs per uh, input and so forth. So in any case, you come up with the tons of ammonia. And the other thing is there is a newsletter, and you can get the newsletter. It comes to you um, on a monthly basis and talks about various NOx control things. And if Idaho Power is going to put in SCR at Jim Bridger 3 and 4, now's the time to be talking to them about the use of urea. We have a utility alert that comes out every week, and pretty much everybody reads that. And, controls needed for regional haze in Wyoming. And Wyodac's going to need to refit SCR. So that's definitely an opportunity for you going forward. So basically, and then you can go into the networking directories, and if you want to be in contact with Black and Veatch or Sergeant Lundy or Alstom, or might be putting in these systems, you want to be talking to Alstom in terms of the who to be talking to about you know working with them obviously would be worthwhile because the plant's going to want to know how much it's going to cost for them to put in the urea, or maybe switch to urea to ammonia or whatever. But you can go in and you can just type part of the plant, part of the company name there. And then, it would give you, all the Alstom people at all these different locations. And so we would be looking for the Alstom power here in let's see, Alstom in Tennessee, and let's see the Alstom Environmental and so forth here, Ohio, Texas, USA. But in one of these cases here, we have about I don't see it quickly here, but in Tennessee is about 40 or 50 people that were in constant contact. Yeah, here's 51 people, and these are people that we're talking to all the time. So I think this is invaluable for you as well, because a lot of these decisions are going to be made by the OEMs and the AEs, and that's, for the new ones, that's good to be talking to them as well. So that's the tracking system. Any more questions on that, Matt, or should I show the utility people too?
Show the utility people now. I think that explains it pretty well.
Yeah, okay. And then the utility people, you can go in a number of different ways, but you can click on Elite or Ameren or any of these companies, hit submit, and then you can look at the various different people at all their plants. And there may be a few people at some of the plants, and there may be more people at others, and then there's people at the home offices and so forth. So any place that says flue gas desulfurization, it could be DeNOx. So those are the two keywords for, those are, we don't separately have the DeNOx, but these are people that are interested in the acid gas aspect of it one way or another. So, and of course you see there, we've got the managers and things. So we have this at all the utilities. So that package really with the utility people, the tracking system, and again, we would put a one-time listing of cement plants with SNCR and SCR and waste to energy, and that would be all for the $4,000. So I think that kind of.
And you mentioned, and Bob too, you mentioned that we'd have access to speak or teach at one of your webcasts too.
Right. Yes. Yeah. We would actually, and we would start to talk about you in our newsletter and alerts and things. So, we have and then we have Power Plant Insights that goes out free to many thousands of people every week. So there is that proactive aspect, and so that probably could be worth as much as the rest of it. And
what's the attendance of the webcasts on average?
It depends. I mean, some of them that we've allowed the utilities to be in free of charge, it can get up to 300. Others that might be very focused, you're down around 15, 20 people. But the bottom line is how many potential customers are going to be involved in it. Some of these very narrow subjects about the purity of urea or something, you might only get a handful of people, but anybody that does sign up for that from the utility is probably going to be looking at multiple units and could be an influential factor. Yeah.
Well, I think all this makes sense. I'm assuming we're still recording, so the guys will hear this, but I'm gonna talk to them about it. I think everything looks very interesting. Like I did say, we're just entering the market, so a cost like this would be it's not like we're a company that has a bunch of money coming in the door at this point, so we're going to have to discuss it. And I'll get back to you. The other question I have, do you have any color or any flavor on what the guys buying urea, what they're currently paying for it? Do you offer any service, or do you have any?
Yeah, I mean, we would have information about that. There'd be a number of, we've got some recent comparisons on urea to ammonia and aqueous and anhydrous. So some of those things would show up in there, but there would be other ways that we could help you on that. That, you know, we actually have in another area where we actually track all the bids for all the municipal wastewater treatment plants in the United States. We have a chemical bid report every week on all the chemicals that they're buying and what they're paying and so forth. So we do have some experience in a lot of these sorts of areas.
So you would have access one way or the other of what some of these guys are paying for this urea solution by the gallon, for example.
Right. Yeah, we would be able. We probably could do something like that at no charge if it's only going to take us a couple hours. If it's more, we might have to get into something. But we are supporting a lot of people like yourself with random consulting. They want to know something like that, and they're not, what we could quickly come up with is not enough, and they want, us to spend a couple hours. And we have people that are calling the utilities all the time asking questions like that.
Okay. Well, Bob, this is really helpful. I guess you could just send me this recording.
Yeah, you'll get this recording here this afternoon sometime. All I have to do is just forward it on to the others. And if there's any problem viewing it in this format, we can put it on the YouTube. But that's just, let's keep it in the same format that it is now, as a web recording. But if there is a problem, we can put it into YouTube for some, for some of the people out of the country or something, it might be a problem. But anyway, we'll send it to you very quickly.
Great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. I think this definitely looks like something we're going to look into more, and I'll let you know probably by tomorrow midday or something what we talk about.
Sounds great. We'll get that to you. Thanks a lot, Matt.
Okay. Thank you, Bob.
All right. Bye now.